Namaste. This is Seema Viswanath from North Carolina. I'm a Bharatanatyam and a Kathak dancer, choreographer, educator, and the artistic director of Nritya Mayananda School of Dance. I'm very happy to share the teaching philosophy what I follow in both the art forms. Kathak and Bharatanatyam, as we know, are two of India's most revered classical dance forms, each deeply rooted in rich cultural, spiritual, and historical traditions. While Kathak, with its origin in northern India, is known for intricate footwork, spins, subtle gestures, very graceful body movements, and narrates stories from epics. It also reflects the synthesis of Hindu and Islamic aesthetics, especially through its rhythmic and lyrical richness. In contrast, Bharatanatyam is from Tamil Nadu in the south, is grounded and geometrically structured, with a focus on bent knees, precise hand gestures that express deep emotions and devotional storytelling. As a teacher of both the forms, I'm privileged to view each style through the lens of the other. This dual practices enriches my perspective and allows me to offer students a layered understanding of classical dance. Despite their stylistic differences, both traditions rest on shared values, that is, discipline, dedication, devotion, and deep respect for the art. Nada Nartana Yoga, a holistic approach. The core of my teaching philosophy is deeply inspired by the multi-dimensional learning of our gurus. They were not just dancers, but polymaths like musicians, poets, philosophers, yogis, and dancers who approached dance as a complete spiritual and intellectual experience. They embodied a holistic vision where music, movement, and spiritual alignment were inseparable elements of the same practice. At Nritya Mayananda, this integrated vision forms the basis of our teaching. The school is not merely a space to learn steps and compositions, but a nurturing ground for young artists to grow into well rounded individuals. We offer regular training in music, yoga, and dance, encouraging students to see beyond physical form and understand the interconnectedness of rhythm, sound, movement, and meaning. Our aim is to revive the ancient path of immersive learning, allowing students to inherit not just the form, but the spirit of the tradition. The four pillars: Shastra, Tantra, Vidya, and Kala. My teaching rests upon four essential pillars drawn from classical Indian philosophy: Shastra means treatises, Tantra technique, Vidya knowledge, and Kala aesthetic beauty. Together, they provide a complete framework that supports the dancer growth from a student of technique to a vessel of wisdom and beauty. Shastra offers the textual and philosophical foundation of the art. In Bharatanatyam training, it begins with learning the body structures, postures, hand gestures, it's just like letters, and then adavus, which forms like a word, and then a composition, which is like an essay. And when Abhinaya gets added, it becomes a poetic or a storytelling. Similarly, in Kathak, footwork, hastaks, chakras individually are taught and then they are combined together, like in Toda, Tukuda, Paran, Parmalu, which each individual composition is like a different flower with a different fragrance. But when it's put together, it becomes a beautiful bouquet to present in the Tal presentation. And with the subtle expressions, it does communicate and relates to the spiritual meaning behind the lyrics. Coming to Tantra, it's a technique where the body gets into the alignment with on its own body parts and then tries to align with the spirit of the dance. Bharatanatyam is like earth, stable, grounded, structured, while Kathak is like water, fluid, dynamic, and spontaneous. Both contain masculine and feminine energies, and their movements unfold through varying levels: upright, slightly bent, seated, and many ways to explore the movements. Proper technique opens the gateway to understanding other forms too, as all dance arises from the body and its natural energy. Vidya is the knowledge that transforms practice into inner wisdom. Indian classical is more than entertainment. It's a path to self realization and bliss. Through stories from mythology, the Upanishads, Puranas, and classical poetry, the dancer begins to contemplate deeper truths. Who am I? What is my purpose? When students fully immerse themselves in a character or a narrative, they begin to reflect, question, and analyze. These moments of inner reflection are seeds for true Vidya and spiritual awakening. And the last one is Kala, that is artistic aesthetics. It is the final layer, the soul of the performance. It is Kala that transforms dance from skilled movement into emotional and spiritual connection. A performance infused with Kala connects the dancer and the audience on a profound level, evoking rasa and creating a shared experience of beauty, devotion, and transcendence. Every moment, every pause, every glance must carry intention. Kala is not about perfection, it's about presence, sincerity, and the capacity to move hearts. So here is my conclusion. The teaching philosophy at Nrityamananda is an offering to the wisdom of our ancestors, a living tradition passed down not only through technique but through values, reflection, and devotion. By weaving together Shastra, Tantra, Vidya, and Kala, we seek to nurture students who are not just dancers but thoughtful, spiritual, connected artists. Through disciplined training, reflective exploration, and aesthetic sensitivity, students are empowered to carry forward the legacy of Bharatanatyam and Kathak with depth, grace, and authenticity. In this way, the ancient art remains ever relevant, alive, and luminous in the hands of hearts of the new generation. Thank you.